Noriko Bullford, and this is Uncut News. Topping tonight's broadcast is news that GUYSUCO is broke. Yet again, a damning letter by the corporation's chairman, John Doe, stated that the state-run sugar company needs a cash bailout from the government or it will not survive into next week. Dow said in the letter, quote, "Our finance department estimates that the corporation is expected to be out of cash by the second week in June, and until then, we can only afford to meet labor, fuel, and cane farmers' payments and the bare essentials, labor, transport, lubricants, etc." End quote. Mounting debt, low production, and the Rona had forced the board to write the president on the 15th of May. Dow also noted that GUYSUCO is hemorrhaging money fast, and as of last month, they owe creditors over 2.1 billion Guyana dollars. He said that the financial situation is so dire that 2 of the accountants on the board felt obliged to resign. The fate of some 10,000 sugar workers now hangs in the balance. In other political news, top members of the PPPC met with top cop Leslie James this morning to discuss several matters of importance. Speaking to the media after the meeting, PPPC presidential candidate Irfan Ali said the group discussed concerns over social media users making racist comments and how the police intends to keep the peace once the election results are officially declared. However, a major concern for the party, according to Ali, was the safeguarding of state assets.
The safeguarding and securing of state assets, documents, fixed assets. You would recall that in 2015, there were police officers stationed at every ministry and department whilst the transition was taking place. So we raised this with the commissioner. As you're aware, there's lots of news and photographs circulating on documents and assets being moved, and we have asked him to ensure that he look at this and ensure that systems are in place to secure state assets and documents. The commissioner assured us that systems will be put in place to do justice.
Ali went further to say that Commissioner James will address other matters that the party brought to his attention. Claremont mysterious spreadsheet Mingo is having his day in court tomorrow. The contempt of court proceedings filed by the late Riaz Olander against Mingo has been fixed for hearing on Thursday, June the 11th at 11 a.m. before Chief Justice Roxanne George. As it turns out, contempt of court is a criminal offense. If Mingo is found guilty, he is subject to a $250,000 fine or 3 months imprisonment. Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield is currently tabulating the certified recount results for all 10 districts. He must now tabulate those results and submit to the GCOM commissioners a summary of the observations that were made during the recount process before the final declaration on or before June 16th. According to the statements of recount, the PPPC received 233,336 votes to the Apanu AFC's 217,920 votes. However, due to a joiner agreement made between the Liberty and Justice Party, the New and United Guyana, and the New Movement prior to elections, they were able to garner enough votes between the 3 of them to get a seat in Parliament. If these numbers are accepted and the small parties get into Parliament, I wish them good fortune and independence of thought. Don't sell out like the ones before you. Hey, you there, viewer. Don't you think it's time you stop catch boss? Feast your eyes on this beast. This RDA3 is more affordable than you might think and is available in Guyana at BM Soat Auto Sales. Visit their showroom at Lot 9 Crowell Street, Georgetown, or give them a call on telephone number 231-8451. Now we bring your attention to a story recently published by Kite News. The paper reports that Giftland More has begun boarding up its windows and installing steel doors at the entrances of the building to prevent a possible intrusion. Giftland More security manager Yogesh Bash also explained that they have added additional bright lights around the mall and 7-foot-high barriers with razor wire at the top to be placed at the entrances to the property. Additionally, the mall has increased its security presence with more armed personnel on the grounds. The mall has established the measures over a growing concern that the results of the elections may spark a period of unrest. However, it should be noted that he is not alone. Scotiabank on Carmichael Street has already boarded up its windows in anticipation as well. Now, before you go and bash the man for what he's doing, just know that he's not the first to express concerns. Both the Georgetown and Rupununi Chambers of Commerce and Industry have released statements calling for peace during this time, noting the concerns over the possibility of civil unrest. Also, let's remember, we've had riots before when the stakes were lower. Now add in oil and the ongoing anger and unrest worldwide, and there is a serious possibility for violence. Worse yet, as we've seen in other countries, there are people who take advantage of peaceful protest and the fears and anger of the public in order to cause mayhem. So remember, when GCOM finally makes the declaration, and if you're mad with the results, I encourage you to get angry, and then take that anger and get your revenge by channeling it into your communities, your families, yourselves, and hold your government to account, and make sure that no matter who is leading Guyana, they are leading it into the right direction for all of us. Alright, now to step off my soapbox to tell you that your ad could have been here, right in this spot. If you're interested in being an advertising partner with Uncut News, drop us a line at guyamazo@gmail.com. And now for crime. Patrick Rudolph Edwards appeared at the Sparendam Magistrates Court where he was slapped with 2 charges. Edwards is the unlicensed minibus driver who is accused of having caused the death of 20-year-old Sabita Suku of 123 Lusignan Pasture, East Coast Demerara. The first charge stated that on May 28, 2020 at Rupert Craig Highway, he drove his minibus in a manner dangerous to the public, thereby causing Suko's death. Edwards also faced an unlicensed driving charge. He denied both charges and was released on bail. He is expected to make his next court appearance on June 30th. For those of you who didn't know, Edwards was driving his minibus when it collided with another vehicle, causing the bus to topple over. The impact caused several persons to be flung onto the roadway, receiving injuries. However, Suku was the only person who was killed. She is yet another young Guyanese cut down in her prime. Instead of hollering about politics and race, maybe we should focus our attentions on ending tragedies such as this. As it should be noted, according to a report from the West Demerara Road Safety Council, at the current rate of increase, auto deaths will soon become the leading cause of death for Guyanese under the age of 30. Continuing on the topic of auto accidents, yesterday, an off-duty police lance corporal lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a large drain on the Triumph Public Road on the East Coast. The officer was removed from the vehicle by public-spirited citizens and taken to the Nicholas Hospital in Nabacolis. He received only minor injuries. And closing our newscast is a story some of you perverts out there would appreciate. British newspaper The Mirror has reported that a 59-year-old grandmother says she is quitting her day job after her daughter convinced her to start an OnlyFans account. Sandra Maria Brooke says she can make £1,300 a month through her account. According to Sandra, that is more than triple of what she earned in her last job as a part-time caregiver. Her personal Instagram account has over 11,000 followers and depicts the grandmother in a series of non-YouTube friendly poses and outfits. When asked about the account, she told the Mirror, quote, "I understand what the fans want and I know how to give it to them," end quote. However, here's the kicker. Apparently, it's a family affair. Her daughter also makes a killing as an OnlyFans model too, and has an Instagram following of over 434,000 people. Oh my, what a time to be alive. That is all for tonight's edition. For Uncut News, I am Noriko Bulford. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.